Alright, so let's do a video of some technical analysis I haven't done for a while. This is gonna be possibly a long video, maybe an hour, as I want to go through a few tickers, but I'll try to make it shorter. So today is the February 1st of the 2020. It is Saturday, so it's pretty significant because the monthly and the weekly have closed. Yeah, it's interesting to look at the monthly charts. So I got a Bitcoin here, but Bitcoin is looking good. It's a buy right now. It's trending. If it goes to 21 EMA, that's a buy zone there for me on the daily. But let's have a look at this list. EML. So EML is the first. There's a bunch of Aussie tickers. EML Payments Limited, some sort of EML Payments, must be some sort of a tech company. It looks really good on the daily here, right? It looks really good. Let's see if there's some stuff going on here. Let's have a look. We can see a trend line here. One like that, and then maybe another one like that. So yeah, looking fine here. Looking fine here. What's this? Like that. Sometimes it's good to use a line chart to draw these trend lines. So yeah, if it comes down to this, any of these lines, it'll be good time to buy. Buy if it comes down, because it's a bullish chart on the daily. If we're looking at it on the monthly, it's just a massive breakout here. It's all-time high. The volume is increasing, so it's looking good. The RSI is overbought, but it's all-time high, so the RSI can stay overbought for an extended period of time, which it is doing right here. It's like trying to dip below to cool off a little bit right now. But it seems like the bulls are buying the dip here. So what can we see? We can see that it's a little bit of a range here. It's like a bull flag formation here. You could probably draw it something. I'm not sure. I don't know. Like it's up to the eyes of the beholder. Or maybe you can draw like a little channel like that, maybe even. Alright, so something like that maybe. It's trying to break out here. If we're closing, we weren't able to close anywhere above this line, so if we do close and bounce off it, it will be the bull flag on the daily. But the main thing is that we're holding this 13 and 8 and 21 EMA area, so yeah, it's looking bullish. We just need we got consolidation on sort of steady volume, and if we do get a spike in volume, it's gonna break out. If we get spike in bear volume, we're gonna break down. But then we've got support area here. It's quite good support. It lines up with the previous breakout here as well. So so we can do like a little area here, which will act as a support. We got this weekly high low as a support, and we got the trend lines, these two trend lines as support here as well. So this would be optimal to load up somewhere here, somewhere in the under $5 range, basically. So the other thing is that I'm looking at is the entry from the EML, which was recommended to enter at 145 on February 2019, which was a perfect entry. I already had a quick look at it. You can see that over here, let's say we're over here, and we're trying to analyze this chart. We have these trend lines. So you can see how this was resistance, and then it became sort of a support. And also you could have drawn these lines here, and then his signal, the guy's signal, was to enter at 145, which is this here, which is a perfect entry. And what did he say? He said February. So this is the February, 14th of February, which was the Valentine's Day, a good present, a breakout. So you can see here what we have is we've hit the stop, right? We had a dump, we went up here, and now we are dumping or consolidating once again. Well, first of all, we never reached this point here, which is good. That's already showing us that we are bullish on a higher time frame, or more bullish. And then what we have is on the daily, we're sort of setting a lower lows and lower highs, and we're downtrending. We're setting lower high, lower lows, and then we started to sort of going sideways here. So so you can see in this area here, we started to go sort of sideways. We're not dumping anymore. And what we're doing is we're setting a higher lows here and lower highs. So it's a bit of an equilibrium here. So it's sort of like that. Low, sort of a higher low, sorry, low high, higher low, lower high, higher low. So we hold it, and also we are looking at this trend line. We're trying to break out of it, right? We're trying to break above it, and that's two confirmations that we get. We're breaking above 145, and we're breaking above this this trend line. This trend line. So this is a really good entry, because you're going from equilibrium, which is setting lower highs and higher lows, and then you're getting to higher low and a higher high. So you got the trend change from going downtrend to uptrend, and this is really good entry. So from technical point of view, he nailed it, and from the fundamental, probably nailed it as well, as we just kept pumping from then onwards and onwards and onwards and onwards and onwards. So since his entry, it pumped almost 300, 250, 260 to 70%. So huge gain. Right now it's in consolidation mode, so it needs to break out of this consolidation range between 542 and 492. It's getting supported by the EMAs, so what you can try to do is buy down the bottom here when it's getting to this area, or 21 on all the EMAs if you want to be a bit more earlier. And then if we could quick look on weekly, yeah, and you can put your stop as a weekly high low at 492. At the same time, it is the weekly 8 EMA, and it's below 21 EMA. So you can put a stop here, and then you can try to scale in as it drops down to 21 EMA. 5, just above 5, you try to get in. So, and then you basically just expecting it to keep going high up as it's been going up. It's been going up. Anyway, you bought here, you're up in the money. So the dips usually get bought, and you keep buying the dips until the dips stop getting bought up, and then you just stop out, and then you reevaluate. So that's the way to play this. Otherwise, if you have some sort of a fundamentals, then you can always play the fundamentals, which I don't know about. Maybe you can watch out for this wedge, if it's going to play out. So for example, if we go up here and break this resistance and we're forming wicks, what that means is that this trend line is in play, and then you have to be careful. You have to be careful, and then what you want to do is possibly get out and get in at the bottom of the wedge here. And at the same time, the 21 EMA will probably move like that, and then maybe you can enter supported by 21 EMA and the trend line. So that would be a really good entry there. As always, nothing is financial advice here, so do your own research. So let's have a look at NAN. So NAN is Nanosonics Limited, so sounds very interesting. So what have we got here? Here we also, this is the one that I looked at before, and I think we were in this range here, and now we're still in the range. We had a fake out. We had a fake out breakout here. You know, as much as it's a fake out, it faked out for what, 6%, but then went back into the range. But what do we do have here is this big trend line going on for a long time. You know, it's been going on for more than a year, and it's been nice. So once again, if you get in on the trend line, it's gonna line up with 21 EMA here as well. You can try to buy here, and you're expecting to keep going up. Basically, we've got this consolidation here, but the consolidation here is on reduced volume, so that's good for bulls. We're not getting increasing bear volume. You can see here the bulls came in and had a higher volume than the bears, so that's very good. You want to buy this trend line as well. So it's a good looking chart, and I think having a look at NAN, right? This is NAN. So he said enter at 430, which is here, which we must have been this dip, and that was a really good one because it had a dip here. That's the first touch of the trend line. So you didn't have this trend line to go off, but you had this support here. You had this support which you could have used, and it was also testing the previous breakout. So that was your entry signal. You can see, yeah, this was a good one because it was like sort of in a multi-year consolidation from 2016 until 2019, and then it broke out, and then it came back to retest it, and it didn't even get there. It bounced beforehand, so you had to enter a bit earlier than this resistance. But what you wanted to do is you wanted to start scaling in. Maybe he was using the weekly, and there is some sort of a weekly signal. Yeah, he could have used the 21 EMA on the weekly to enter, and there was a nice wick that caught the 21 EMA. So and this support and this resistance that's now acting as support. So that was a really good entry, and then we went up. So now the price is up 60%. So you're cheering if you bought it. And so now we're in this range, right? We're in this range, and we got the high. So forget about this one. This range faked out. We got the high, we got the low, we got a low high. Was this the high or low here? So maybe we're ranging in here. So once again, you can use the weekly to rebuy. You can see the 21 EMA has been a good buy point. 1, 2, 3. Is it gonna touch it the fourth time here? Maybe it's gonna start going up beforehand. Who knows? Maybe you have to use the 13 EMA to get in. But the perfect entry would be 21 EMA lining up with the trend line here. So and then you put a stop below it, and then you keep riding it. You keep riding it. You keep hoping that it keeps going up. All right, FCT. So FCT is the first wave cloud. So some tech company. All right, let's have a quick look. So on the weekly or even on the monthly, it looks like junk. It looks crap. It's going down. It's but it is in a falling wedge formation, but at the same time it has a chance to go to all-time low, therefore have to be careful here and expect that it can go to zero. Basically, look, it's a 12 cents, you know, maybe it's a scam company. There's a lot of those around, and you have to be careful here. And his buy signal was what was this? This is FCT, right? 0.25 cents. So he wanted to buy 0.25 cents when in June 2019. So June 2019, when is that? June 2019. So maybe over here. Oh no, that's May. June. So June must have been here. Yeah. So he wanted to buy it on this dip here. And it did bounce, but it got rejected by this trend line here. So you needed to get out there. You needed to get out there because we dumped, and we dumped a lot. We dumped. Now we're down 40%, and went down 50%. So it's a very thinly traded company. So it's hard to get in and get out with any sort of size unless you're trading $1,000 or so. What else can we see? We can see this trend line here that got broken, so that's not good. Right there, it got broken. So yeah, that's not very good. It might retest it and dump further. But then again, you could try to buy and put your stop at zero. Very funny, very funny. All right, well, I mean, yeah, you could try to buy it here and then put a stop at under 12 cents, but it's very thinly traded company. I'm not a fan. Let's see what happens here. It can pump from here to the, you know, you can get 30% just to the top of here, or if it breaks out, you're gonna get huge amount. But who knows, maybe there's something wrong with this company fundamentally, and that's why it keeps dumping to all-time lows, right? It went to all-time low here. My personal rule is not to buy something that's all-time low, because it can always go lower. It can always go lower, and this one is next to zero, so it might just disappear one day from ASX. But if you want to buy the dip here and then stop out, then that's one of the ideas for this stock. FCT. Let's have a look at PAR. Paradigm Biopharmaceuticals. So it's some sort of a biomedical company. Looking really good here. Looking really good. Once again, 21 EMA was the money. Was the money buy on the most recent pullback, and a huge pullback at that. Let's have a look here. Huge pullback, 35% pullback. So what you want to do is you want to follow the daily uptrend here. Are we waiting for weekly high low? We might want to try to get in on the weekly high low. We just broke, so it was weekly high, weekly high low. So now we broke to higher high. Are we gonna set a higher low somewhere here, maybe, you know, somewhere these EMAs? So that would be a good point to buy. Maybe we got a trend line here somewhere. It's not really. So you have to use the EMAs here to enter, or the oversold levels. I like to combine EMAs with oversold levels. We got this support line here from previous breakout. Could try to buy this one and then expecting a bounce. It will line up with 13 EMA, and maybe by the time it drops to 21 EMA might come up as well. So that could be a good one, and that will be a high low on the daily. And you can always stop out if it keeps going down. And then you can see this was a cup and handle formation, which is really actually a really nice one. I didn't see that one before, so have a look. See, this is a cup and handle. You can Google it. This is the cup. This is the handle of the cup in form of a bull flag, and then the breakout. So it's nice. It's got it did the breakout. It did the consolidation and reduced volume, and the breakout on the increased volume. So looking good. Looking good, this one. So yeah, very nice chart. Yeah. So what else do I need to say about this? So his entry on PAR was 138, which is this one. So once again, he bought the dip. You can see there was a long equilibrium here. He's got some good buying points. I wonder if he's using fundamentals or the technicals more, or both. So we had the breakout here, we had the long consolidation, and then we basically form a bottoming formation. It's basically not going down, it's sort of like a curving. It's curving up. You got the RSI sort of bottomed out, and then it's starting to bottom out as well, same as price. And then you got the breakout above the EMAs. So if you entered at the bottom here, you could have put your stop right there at this low, which is 129 or 125, which was the equilibrium stop. Yes, so equilibrium got a bit tighter. You could put it like that. And then you got a bit of a fake out if you use this low here. Maybe that's what he used. He used this low here. When did he say to enter it? PAR, he said to enter it in June. So June, yeah. So he entered in June. Wait. PAR. June 2019. June 29. So he entered. Yeah. Okay. So he entered. How the fuck did he enter? He entered here. So he entered here, June. He entered on this dip. So he bought the dip here. It got oversold. And then he had a bounce. He had a really nice bounce. And then it scared the shit out of you. Because you actually dropped below your price again. And only then it went up. So he went, but that's once again from here to there you got 50%, so you got to take some profit here. So you get the consolidation, and then you get push up. So you had to wait through all this. If you didn't sell, you had to see through all this consolidation, which would have been very stressful to lose 30%. So a bit of a problem there. So yeah. He entered at 138, which is basically he had a bounce, topped out here, and then a bit of a sidewave movement, and then broke out. So you had the inside bars here, and then you I'm not sure why he entered right at 138, but maybe you could have entered at the bull break of the inside bar over here at 140. That's a TA signal that I can see, also above the EMAs as well on the daily. But other than that, this stock has since gone up gone up 200%. OMG, and look at the price, 420, very special price. Yeah, so yeah, just follow the uptrend, so this is PAR. Let's have a look at EOS, Electro-Optic Systems Holdings. Boom, boom. Also all-time high breakout, looks like. It's getting parabolic here. Got to be a little bit careful, I guess, for any large pullbacks. But you know, you can just follow the uptrend. Look at this monthly, it's amazing. Crazy. Look at this volume here. This is insanity. Wow, look at this, like if you enter at the all-time high breakout. This is why you want to be entering stocks at all-time high. You know, you have no resistance up the top. You don't know where and when it's gonna stop. You had 88% here. So on the daily, we are uptrending. We set a high low here. That was a good entry point, and now you need to look for other entry points, and you know, maybe at the 8 EMA. See, the 8 EMA has been a good support. 1, 2. Then we had this crazy wick for whatever reason. Somebody sold off. Somebody mistakenly sold off a lot of shares. So now maybe you can buy at 8 EMA if it drops there. Put a stop loss here. Very easy. But then again, how many percent is it? Well, 8% down. So if it drops down to 8 EMA, then you're risking 5% or so of your capital. And you're hoping that it's just going to keep doing what it's been doing. You want to play it with the trend. We got another all-time high breakout from here. So what did he say? EOS, he entered at 385. 385. And he entered that on June 2019. So this dip here. So once again, it looks like a really good entry, and it had a big breakout here, and then it was like in a bull flag sort of formation, and he just entered on the dip. With the support here, supporting it. And then you let it ride, We did dip once again below 385 here, which was a little scare. But that's what usually happens, you know. Levels usually get tested twice at least to scare everyone. But if you held on strong, if you had your stop somewhere, I mean, see, that's the scary thing about stops. You might get stopped out. See, it dropped to 21 EMA. If you maybe scaled in here and then you scaled in another position at 21 EMA, and then you ride it, and then you ride it, and then you are cheering once again, like, you know, he's got some crazy entries, and he's saying to hold it, and it's been working out. Yeah. EOS. What about next one? Next one is PET. PET Foslock. Yeah, so this is the dumperama. So this stock, I mean, I've drawn here. So you know, it's crazy. It's already retraced how much? 60%. It's trying to bounce off the 21 EMA on the monthly. So you have to, I mean, there's no support until, well, if the 21 EMA doesn't hold, there's no support until 0.5 cents on the monthly. So there's a huge pump, a huge dump here. Look at this dump volume here. It's all dumping. But we're downtrending, so you don't, you know, for me, I'd rather play uptrending charts than downtrending charts. So on the daily, what needs to happen here is this RSI trend line needs to hold, so we need to pump on Monday to hold this. So what you see here is a reversal candlestick with nice volume, nice climax volume. So we are very likely to bounce here. We're very likely to bounce. And you know, where we're gonna bounce to, who knows? But we do have resistance up here. There was a, look at it, it's very significant resistance. So we are likely to not get over it. At least on the first try we're gonna get rejected, and even then we're probably gonna get rejected by these EMAs here. So the bounce will play out, but we're just gonna set a lower high. And the best case scenario that the bulls can hope for is set a lower high, then higher low, then consolidate, and then break this resistance here. So so we need to change the trend on the daily. We need to change it now, because there is no support. There is no support until 0.5 cents that we can drop to. So his entry was pretty rubbish. What did he do? PET. He said enter at 128, and now we are at 0.70. So 50%, almost 50% loss here, and he entered it on August 2019, which is there. So he must have been drunk. No, I don't know. He must have been trying to buy the dip once again. Well, he bought the dip, it bounced, but it did not change the trend. It tried to change the trend with a higher low and a higher high here, but I got rejected, and then we went to lower low, stuff around, and then huge dump. So it's not, yeah, terrible. So you should have, you know, you could have put your stop here first, then you move your stop here, stop loss to there. And then you got maybe you could have used a triangle here, something like that, or maybe something like that, and then you exit when it breaks, because you got the triangle here. It broke. It couldn't even retest it. Got rejected by the EMAs. You gotta exit here. Here's where you exit. Exactly at 128 before the dump. So yeah, pet. And now you have to, you know, you want to wait until the daily trend is changed to uptrend, and even then what you really want is the weekly uptrend. So Right, PET, that was PET. Let's have a look at PBH. PBH, Points Bet Holding Limited. Alright, is this like a betting site? Alright, so this is a uptrending chart. Although there was a huge dump here and a bit of a good deep buy. So it's in a huge range right now. And it's gonna stay in this range. And it's gonna consolidate in here. There's a 25 range. There's a trend line here, which we can use, and wait and see. This is basically wait and see. Maybe what bulls can do is try to hold the 21 EMA, and then we can use that as a springboard to go higher. But you gotta wait here. I think you gotta wait, especially. Let's zoom in. What's happened here? Look, there's a huge dump on huge volume, and then there's a huge pump on huge volume. Really weird, but you know, we're downtrending on the hourly, we're downtrending on the daily, and this could have been the weekly high or low. So if this is the weekly high or low supported by 13 EMA, then this would have been perfect buying point here. But now, since you missed it, or whoever missed it, then see, it got supported exactly by this breakout. Previous resistance acted as support here. So you need to wait and see what happens, and then buy it on the maybe at the bottom here on the trend line, or you can buy on the breakout. There's a few ways of doing it. Yeah. So PBH, and then once again he entered PBH on 365, which is here, 365. So it seems like this is his breakout trade. On the daily here, we were going down, and then we had the bull break, and then we're consolidating on a decreased volume. And then you can see increased volume on the breakout. There's an increasing volume on the breakout, so that's his entry. Once again, look at this scare here. We're coming back to test this area, and we form another equilibrium. We form high, low, lower, high, high, low, lower, high, high, low, lower, high, high, high. Fake out to get all the people out on low volume. This is how you know it's a fake out. The dump was on low volume, and then you got the push up, and then you keep going up here. Right. So look at this. Yeah, wow, perfect. This is good. You know, we want to hold this trend line as well now. We went below it and we closed above it. We had 1, 2, 3, now 4th and 5th. So we want to hold this. If we hold this, we hold the 21 EMA. We can use that as a stop, and that could be the trade idea for PBH. Okay, PBH, his entry was good. But see, after breakout, there's always a consolidation. Always there's a consolidation. How low? Sometimes it breaks through, sometimes it keeps going. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the next one. SDV, SciDev Limited. SciDev Limited. So once again, a nice uptrending chart. What we want to see. And what are we seeing here is we're seeing here like a bull flag formation if we disregard this candle here, but I mean we shouldn't disregard it, but maybe it was somebody just got a little bit scared and just smashed the sell button because it's thinly traded and he was able to dump it quite a lot. So now it is going back up, it's going in this formation. So as long as it hits the 21 EMA here or the 13 EMA and breaks out, then we're bullish. Once again. And this is once again a cup and handle formation. You can see cup and handle. This is the cup, this is the handle, in the bull flag formation, and then boom, the breakout. The breakout is on the volume, and we've gone up. So the cup and handle was a good entry point. His entry point for this one, SDV, was 0525, which was here, and that was because, when did he enter it? December, so somewhere here. Somewhere in this area. So he's buying the dip here. So you could have bought it and then put a stop under 475, and that way you are lucky not to get stopped out. And you got the gains. You got the gains. How many gains you got? 50%. Very nice. So you know, very, very nice. SDV. Okay, so next one is BID. BID. Let's have a look on the weekly here. What does the weekly look like? Weekly looks nice. It's uptrending on the weekly. Bit of bearish divergence we gotta watch out for. You know, it's really overbought. It's probably a they bought the ticker, so I have to disregard all this. So it's all-time highs. It's all-time highs, so it can stay overbought, but it can always have a massive pullback. You know, it can always pull back 20%, bang. You gotta be careful with these ones, but you know, if you've got a good entry, like his entry, and you can just keep walking your stop. You know, you got the daily high low, you got your stop here, you got your stop here, you got your stop here, double bottom, and then boom, you got stopped out here. But fine, you know, this is a fake out. You can get in again. You can once in, if we're holding this, you can get in once again on 21 EMA. And if it keeps going up, it keeps going up. If it keeps going down, you stop out, and then you just let it go down, and you look for another entry opportunity. All right, and the other one is the weekly. The weekly is uptrending, so it's got a weekly high low over here at 0.695 cents. So you can put your stop here and expect this. Hope this is gonna be a bull break of the bull flag. You gotta be mindful of the RSI. There is divergence, but you know, maybe it's already played out right here, and now it's ready to go back up. So, all right, SDV, BID, the Biden Energy. It's Mr. Biden. No, Bid Energy. So it's Bid Energy. It's not Biden. Biden is the evil mastermind dude from US of A. Don't vote for him if you're American. Don't vote for anybody. They're all crooks. Maybe what's his name? Maybe vote for Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders sounds like a, you know, alright guy, but I'm sure as soon as he wins, he's gonna have a briefing by the CIA and the NSA and the deep state, and he will succumb to the evil ways, to the deep state agendas. Biden Energy. All right, Mr. Biden. So what do we got here? We entered at 98 cents. When did we enter? January 2020. January 2020. Right here. January 0.98. Well, it's a good one. It's a good entry so far. I like it. It's a bull flag entry, and we had the breakout. We had the confirmation on bull volume. and we are likely to keep going up, you know. And what you want to do is you either put the stop under 0.95 here after 0.95, or you buy some more if we do drop down to 21 EMA or so, and then it might get supported by this level here, right? So we got the bull volume coming in. Bull volume always good indicator, so we want to confirm this up. This is weekly, this is on the weekly, so we can zoom in on the daily, and you know, you could try to ride the 21 EMA. You either, or actually probably better to ride the 8 EMA. Look, the price hasn't closed below 8 EMA yet on this push up, so when it does close below 8 EMA, that's going to be notable. It's going to be notable, so you have to choose what is your stop level, and then you're trying to ride the thing up, you know. At the same time, you got this daily high low here at $1.01. You could try to put a stop there, but that's really tight. Oh no, it's quite a lot. It's 10%, 12% over there. So you have to decide your risk to reward, and you can use different levels depending on your thesis. And you can always re-enter, right? The next resistance is over here, which is 1.245, and it lines up with this and this, so it's pretty significant. But if we break above it, then we got a free run until 176. So yeah, no, I like it. I like this entry. As long as you're having stops and managing the trade, it's all good. So that's it. But it's Biden energy, so I don't know about that. If you want to support Mr. Biden. Other than that, happy days. Buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin needs to go up here. Buy if it drops to 21 EMA. Bitcoin is in the uptrend finally after downtrending for the last 6 months. It's now in an uptrend on the daily, and what we want to do is we want to break out above this red monthly triangle, whatever, downtrend line going down. If we break up and above it, then we will see sky high prices that will go very high, hopefully. So yeah, very nice for Bitcoin. Maybe I can even draw this trend line right here. Beautiful. So my plan is to buy a little bit more at 21 EMA, which will line up with this trend line. If we do dump, and also this support here, right there. So this would be a good buying point, 21 EMA, horizontal risk support, and the diagonal support trend line. All right. Thank you very much. Goodbye.